Hey guys, Moose here. Welcome back to another episode of Stonehearth in our Ascendancy playthrough, and today is March 10th. We got not too many good options, so I'm going to go with a recent one. There's a few that are good, like Panzer Dragoon was in 95. I need to read up on that. I know that's a beloved classic, if I'm not mistaken. I actually remember it coming out. I was shopping for... God, it must have been like a Toys R Us when I was a kid. I can still remember the layout of the area, and I picked up the original Smash Brothers at for the N64 at the Toys R Us or Target. I think it was a Toys R Us, and I remember seeing like a Panzer Dragoon demo station around there. That was cool. It was like near the front of the store. It's actually one of the few vivid memories of when I was a kid that I have. So it's a fun little memory that I actually didn't realize until I started talking about it right there. But, you know, so Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, Grandia 2, Zone of the Enders, Second Runner, and then it kind of goes downhill from there, and we get such classics such as Mana Khemia Student Alliance, which is apparently a PSP game, Boing! Dokomodake DS, which is an NDS, or DS game, obviously. Beastly Frantic Photo, not photo like photograph, F-O-T-O. And what was the other one? Scram Kitty DX. Mushroom Men Truffle Trouble, which sounds like a really funny, like, Dark Souls 1 knockoff kind of thing. I still enjoy that comic of, or not the comic, the video of the guy walking up to one of the mushroom dudes and, like, holding his arms out, like, what? Come get some, and then the mushroom just punches the shit out of him and kills him. It's a good gif. I enjoyed that. But what we're going to talk about came out 2 years ago in 2015, and that is City Skylines came out. Now, a lot of people have complained about it for having bad traffic simulation, and that, you know what, fine, whatever. I agree, it is a problem, but you have to admit, if you're going to give me a choice between paying Paradox and paying EA, you're not giving me a choice. Paradox is just such a better company to patronize, or to be a patron of, I guess is what I meant to say. I am not at all interested in playing SimCity ever again. I don't enjoy any of the things EA does pretty much, so I try to avoid them generally. But City Sky, or this, I mean, if you think back to when City Skylines came out, it was right after the most recent SimCity launched. And if you remember that SimCity launch, it was like one of the most comically bad launches, I think, in the last 5 years or so. Because they put it out, and it was like, okay, new game. People were excited, I think, because there's not that many games in this genre. I don't think many people knew. I didn't know about City Skylines at the time. I didn't know that there was another option coming down the road. That's my bad. I wasn't informed because I wasn't looking. But I mean, maybe they need to market a little bit. I mean, they don't need to market now because it popped up on Steam and everyone was like, holy shit, this is amazing. It's so much better. But SimCity came out and it had like always online DRM that basically prevented people from playing for the first week or two because it just, their servers didn't work at all. And there were so many just massive clusterfucks with this game. I'm sure you can go, there's videos on it on YouTube if you want to see how much of a mess it was. I'm sure someone made some good videos about it back in the day. And then, you know, a little bit later, here comes City Skylines, and it's like, oh, hey guys, you remember that game that you really wanted to be good because you don't get too many ones of those? Yeah, hey, we made one that actually works. And it's got issues, right? Like the traffic issue I mentioned, it's definitely a problem. But the game works. And that's really all there is to say about that. Like, it's a functional game. It does what it's supposed to do. Okay, this is annoying. It's too bad that the roof doesn't come off. That's unfortunate. Okay, we need to get rid of the scaffold. You can see the scaffolding here is a little out of control. We need to start getting rid of that. I don't know if we need wood or stone or something for that. Doesn't look like we do, but I could be wrong. It's hard to tell. Hopefully they'll start working on it soon. Yeah, it looks like there's some work being done on it, so I'm not going to stress it too much. But yeah, City Skylines came in and it was like, it could do no wrong for the first I don't know, several months of its existence. I remember watching Arumba play it. Stejo, I think, played it as well. There's some really good... I don't watch those guys too much anymore, unfortunately. I do respect them. Stejo actually was the guy who turned me on to Portal Knights, which wound up being kind of shitty, but he made it look good. So credit to him as an entertainer. And Factorio, their Factorio stuff was really good. But, I don't know, I don't even watch Northern Lion that much anymore. I don't really have time. I want to, though. I desperately want to. I've missed so many NLSS's. Oh shit, we're actually getting attacked. Pause. There we go. I really gotta remap. It's my fault at this point. I should have remapped it by now, but I need to remap spacebar to be pause. Okay. Let's get our military over here. Come on, guys. And come beat this guy. Why is everyone sad? It's just should be representative. Someone died? Who died? Wow, okay. Well, that'll go away soon, hopefully. I don't remember anyone dying, but it's been a while since I recorded, so... Alright, no healers, so we just gotta kill the assholes here. We saved the door, so that saves some resources, which is always nice. These are gonna be a pain in the ass. That's a lot of guys. That's more than normal. Isn't it? Maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm not really thrilled about having to deal with that. Alright, if we're going to be doing this, we need to focus fire. Because we're going to get attacked by a bunch of assholes soon. We need to focus on getting these guys down. It's always that one asshole with the most health that runs way the hell away. I hate this so much. And now we're getting attacked by the other... Okay, we need to get everyone in. Ah, fucking pricks. Alright, we're almost done here. Okay. Is this a healer? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Clerics are gonna get sidetracked, so that's unfortunate, but we will do what we can to avoid that being an issue. No one's hurt, so that's good. What are you guys doing? Get in there. Kill the healers, please, first off. We'll get rid of those a-holes. But yeah, the only issue I have with Paradox over EA is that Paradox has a lot of goodwill. They're a cool company. I like and respect them. But they push out an awful lot of DLC. And not inexpensive DLC. And I don't really know that I feel too great about that. Some of it's great, some of it's, you know... Where did you... Oh, you're fucking kidding me? 3 back-to-back fucking invasions? What did I do to deserve this? This is, to me, okay, I'm gonna just say this is a bug. Like, this is, even if this is deliberate, it's a bug, because this is bad design. This is not what the game is about. This should not be the way the game plays, in my opinion. Alright, why are they spreading out so fucking much? God dang, it's just obnoxious. Like, I just want to play and talk. I don't want to have to fucking deal with 20 different invasions over and over. We've killed so many goblins. I don't even know where... Okay, here's one of the assholes. Because now all my military... And the other thing is, like, the combat is not very well done. So... Like, I don't actually have control over any of my people, really. So now it's even worse. Even if the combat was good, it would be obnoxious to have to deal with invasions this much. But it's bad, so it's much worse. I'll kill him. Thank you. I'm trying to find the other ones. I don't know. Like, there's one that just died over there. I don't know where the other ones are. Because there's like a a leader guy, right? One of my knights just went to sleep in the middle of combat. And there's another attack. What the fuck, game? What is your fucking problem? Is it just because we've left camps there? Like, is that what's causing this? I kind of feel like that's not realistic. Doesn't say, like, I haven't noticed that kind of correlation exactly before. So I guess we'll find out, but for now I'll leave them up, and if it continues I guess I'll have to go clear out the encampments. Anyway, for now we just need to let people heal up, basically. No, I don't need golden gourd seeds, thank you. I do need to get all the crap that they dropped, however. Which is, at least, I mean, we get something from it, but like not enough to justify the irritation, I would say. Okay, I think that's everything. Well, our trap plan didn't really work out, but I think it's not really that big of a deal anyway. I need another door, so let's make that. Reinforced wooden door, yes. So why don't you make 10 of those? We're getting attacked again, are you fucking serious? I think we dealt with it already, it was just like one guy, but still, I'm getting kind of tired of it. Yeah, well, that happens when we get gangbanged repeatedly. Get a trader. Alright, what are we gonna ditch? We're gonna ditch that. These. Probably the hats. Oh, there's not many of those. Trees for sure. What else do we want to get rid of? We have a lot of these. Let's sell like 20 gold. No, I can't. Alright. Well, we sold what we could. So be it. That's fine. Poor guy's hurt. Just run over by the clerics. You'll get healed, no problem. See? Okay, well they're gonna ignore you. You're right there. They could be healing you, but they're gonna ignore you because they're assholes. Well, that's life, I suppose. You still depressed about town member? Yeah, okay. Yeah, they'll be happy. Soon they'll be happy. It's just right now they're still working off of the stress of the previous couple invasions, which, you know, what am I supposed to do about that? We got kind of boned there. What was that? Okay, it was an animal. Let's see about our chefs real quick. But yeah, like Paradox just seems to put out a lot of DLC, and I don't think it's that big of a deal with something like EU4, where fine, it's with if you don't know what that is, that's Europa Universalis 4. I get that, that's fine. I understand why that game would have a lot of DLC. I don't really take issue with it, but for City Skylines, it's like you're gonna offer me snow maps as DLC? Like you're gonna basically just snow that's DLC to you. And like I think that was like a $5 or $10 DLC. I could be completely wrong about that. That's just a guess from memory. I don't know that I'm really too happy about that, to be honest with you. That kind of bothers me a bit. Could be misremembering, but I don't think I am. Let's do 25 with that. Alright. Good amount of work to free up inventory here. And they had other stuff, like the nighttime, nightlife, whatever. But it's just sort of like... I don't know, like... Paradox is still... I definitely still have positive feelings overall about Paradox, but they're definitely, like... tiptoeing closer to being a company that I'm kind of bothered by. Because they really do go a really DLC heavy route. And to an extent, I'm okay with that because I understand and see that in general, that's not what I meant to do. That's not at all what I meant to do. I was trying to rotate it like I was playing another game, since I just recorded Life is Feudal a minute ago. Oops. But yeah, they make games that other people don't make, and they're very good games. But they're also... And I know Cities Skylines wasn't directly Paradox, I don't think. It was... Let me look it up real quick. I'm talking like it was Paradox, but I mean, I treat them as a publisher, like... They're... Well, let's see if I was right, and that is... Paradox. It's definitely like under the Paradox umbrella. Colossal Order published by Paradox, okay, yeah. But, I mean, you have to admit that there is a fairly consistent degree of DLC stuff between generally games published by Paradox, even if they're not directly made by Paradox. So I kind of see it as, yeah, okay, maybe they didn't actually make it, but I definitely feel like it's influenced to the degree that it might as well be the same. It may as well have been made by them. So it's consistent with their model for EU4 and all that. So I feel like they either inspired or dictated that would be how things would work for City Skylines. So I'll give them credit, or I'll say they're responsible for that. I don't have a problem saying that, because it's likely true. I mean, coincidences like that don't just happen. It's like, okay, well, if something's working for the company elsewhere and they're publishing something, they're probably going to say, hey, do it for this one too. So anyway, as I recognize that it's not Paradox, I still kind of feel like in that respect it is, to a degree anyway. But I would, Colossal Order then would take some credit for the negative aspects of it being DLC heavy. Or maybe not DLC heavy. And you could say like, oh, well, and this is sort of my defense of it when I'm thinking about it, and I say, okay, well, I don't actually have that big of a problem with it because they make good games. My attitude is like, well, yeah, but the DLC is like relatively low impact, and I'm really fucking sick of this. Don't even kill him, just run back. Okay, you killed him, great. I hate that so much. I wish you idiots would just go back. Stop chasing everyone all the way. Great, we're being invaded again, from like every direction at the same time. Well, hopefully people will run back home. Someday. Please? You guys are so slow. At least they're gonna hit, right around the same time, probably. No? You guys have decided to backtrack for no particular reason? God only knows what the hell you're doing. But yeah, I just, I understand that you would say the defense of it would be, okay, well, yeah, the DLC is pretty low impact and it's pretty expensive, but on the flip side, you'd say, well, that's how you support the company. It's like what I would say with like Killing Floor skins, but skins are not gameplay, so that's fine. Like, I have much less of a problem with it there. Skins are totally not gameplay related, so I don't mind saying, well, hey, if you want to support the company, buy some skins that maybe are a little bit high price. And I know this is coming on the heels of a video where I criticized Riot Games for having $20 skins. And that's, I still feel that way, but I feel like they're like maybe $10 for your most expensive skin would be a reasonable price to say, hey, this is, if you want, this is the price point at which you can support our company. And also, considering how many other things that Riot has microtransactions for, I'm less inclined to give them the benefit of the doubt and say, yeah, you know what, it's just like, this is how you support the company if you like the game a lot. Because I'm more okay with that kind of a scheme. Whereas something like Killing Floor, like I mentioned, doesn't really have anything else. You just buy the game, and then if you want, you can buy skins. And to be clear, I'm not talking about Killing Floor 2. Killing Floor 2 has a whole different setup, but I'm saying Killing Floor back in the day, which was a Unreal 4 mod? No, what was it? God, I can't even remember, but I enjoyed the hell. I played a lot of it. It got to the point where I didn't even aim down the sights anymore. I could headshot with just, holding the pistol out in front of me. I enjoyed that game quite a bit. It was very, very fun. But yeah, I don't really like their DLC situation. That's a similar situation with Stellaris. But Stellaris is a great game, even though I barely play it. Another victim to the amount of time I have on my... What are you fucking doing? Another victim to the amount of time I have on my hands, which is to say almost none. But, oh, they didn't... Okay, that's very strange. Go home, buddy. You don't need to do that. Know why you're choosing to follow orders now. But yeah, you know, let me know what you think the line is for DLC and skins and, like, additional expenditures within a game. Because there's definitely, I think, a lot of arguments to be made about what's acceptable and what's not, and I have a very tight constraint on what I consider to be acceptable, and I'm fine with people disagreeing with me, but I'm curious what you guys think as well. So let me know what you think, if you would like, in the comments. Otherwise, like I said, feel free not to say anything. I don't like pushing people to interact like that. I figure if you want to, you're going to. YouTube's not new, you know how this works. So, it's your call. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join us for the next one as well. Take care.